In this video, I'm going to show you 7 parts of my favorite gear of new equipment from the last winter season. It's not necessarily winter equipment, it could also be equipment that you use during summer. My name is Matti, I'm working as a dog musher and nature guide up in northern Sweden. Together with my partner Stina, we run a small guide company just above the Arctic Circle in Jokkmokk. Outdoor life is actually what we're doing for a living. Anyway, the last season I brought a lot of gear with me out, and this is the 7 things that I will continue bringing during the next season and probably further on. Some of the things are totally new for me. Some of the things are things I knew was existing, and some of the things was things that I have been searching for during a longer time. So 7 pieces of gear that I really appreciate. But first I had to make some coffee here. So these things, I'm not showing them in a certain order that was best or what's less good or so on. I just show them like this. Don't run away and buy all this stuff that I'm going to show you right now, because it's maybe not stuff that's good for you. Because we should, all of us, try to not buy too much stuff. And we should be careful with the planet. I start with the thing that I've already been using for making coffee. And that's a stove. This is Soto Stormbreaker, and I've been using Soto gas stoves for some years, and Soto gas stoves are really good. But now I get the Soto Stormbreaker, and that's a multi-fuel stove. You can have this bottle, and now I have gasoline in it, and you can also use this small thing. Then you add one gas thing on top of it, and you connect the stove like this, and then you use it for gas canisters. Why is Soto Stormbreaker one of the top gear for me the last season? This has changed my working environment in the tent. I only used it for one season now, and of course I'm out all the time, but I can't really say that I've used it a lot. But so far it seems like it's kind of sturdy. It's a Japanese quality, and the good thing for me with this stove is that it's silent. It's not the noisy thing. So I can sit in the tent, I can make food for my clients on this stove and still talking with them. I don't know if that is an advantage for my clients, because maybe it was better with a noisy stove instead of a noisy guide. I don't know. What do you think? So Soto Stormbreaker is one piece of gear that I have been missing for a long time. I will probably come back with a review of this stove later on, before next winter season or something like that. And let's check next piece of gear. That's something from LOCHBY. It is a tool roll. And for many years I store my tools in a plastic bag in the sled, more or less. And there was never a certain order of them. I had the tools with me and I could use them, but I missed something where I really could store them. And now when I have this tool roll, it's much more organized with all the tools I need. And if I put it out like this in the snow, if I had to repair a sled or do something, I can put stuff on it here and I don't lose them. And exactly what I have in this, I can come back into another video later on. But this tool roll also make it more fun to organize really good setup for tools. A friend to me also bought one of this tool roll from LOCHBY because he wanted to have his tools for his house car, caravan car. And other people use them for pens, and you can use them for, yeah, whatever you want. I love to use them for my tools for my sled. And we come back to that later. So LOCHBY Tool Roll, that have been helped for me to organize my tools. I think you remember that I was talking about an axe from a company in Ukraine called BeaverCraft. And now I also have a knife from BeaverCraft. This knife called BeaverCraft Shadow. And this has become a kind of favorite knife for me during the last winter. It's a knife that I've been not carrying in my knife belt, but I've been carried in my backpack and I've been carried all other situations. And it's small, it's a kind of bushcrafty knife, and this works really well. And now in the summer, when the summer came, I start carry it as my everyday knife, everyday carry knife, and I love it. I really love it. BeaverCraft Shadow, highly recommend. They have a lot of knives, different knives, and now some really strange piece of equipment. When you have a YouTube channel like we have, company reach out to you and ask, hey, do you want to have this product and use it in your videos, and do you want to have this product and test it? And then there was a company called Claurus, and they make power banks, and they asked me if I wanted the lamp, and I said, no, no, not this silly lamp, but the power bank, that looks interesting. I really would enjoy to try that power bank. Anyway, this lamp, I call it the helicopter lamp. You probably have seen it in the tent. They send this lamp to me anyway, even if I said, I don't think you should send it to me because I don't think I will like it. I was totally wrong. This lamp have different type of lights. It have warm light, cold light, and you can make it stronger or less strong. And it's really, I think I used it on all overnight tours since January. And this is 10,000 milliampere. You can also use it as a power bank. I haven't done that. And you can use it as a that lamp also, but that's just silly. So that's, you don't use it like that. You have a head torch. But having it hanging in the tent, when you're cooking, when you're doing things, put it on the table in the cabin, and the battery is amazing so far. So this called Claurus CL2. I If you need a camping lamp and you are not out more than some nights now and then it's good, but it's heavy. So this is for dog sled people, car campers, or snowmobile people, because it's not a lamp for a backpacker if you're going to carry things. I used it also when I've been canoeing last autumn when I want to light up the tent for pictures. So Claurus CL2. And now another piece of gear that I don't have here, Nortent Gamme. And this season we got a Nortent Gamme 8 Arctic, and that's with sil nylon, lighter tent, but it's for 8 person. You have seen us using the 6 person, but with polycotton before. And that 6 person, I was thinking that maybe it would be nice with something that's a little bit bigger. And then we got this bigger one, 8 person tent from Nortent. And I've been using that this season, and all over. In wintertime, when you're camping, a tent with a stove, that's a game changer. That's a really game changer. This 8 person tent with the sil nylon, it's a really good tent. But I don't know if it's better than the smaller one, the 6 person one. But I will come back with a review and comparison with these two tents, because that's so interesting. The difference between a 6 person polycotton tent or an 8 person sil nylon tent. But we come back to that later in another review comparison video. I already have made a review of Nortent Gamme 6 person polycotton. You find it in our videos. And another thing that has been a real game changer for me. For many years, I've been buying tons of these camping shoes, and all of them had the problem that it's soaking up water and snow melting, and I get wet feet. But then finally I find this one from Exped, and they have a waterproof thing down here. Of course, I know that this is not waterproof, but when you buy a lot of these camping shoes, it's not written on them that they are not made for using in the snow. So how should you know? So I will come up with a video and show tons of them that you should not go for. And then this one are really, really nice, but now I use this one as a isolation inside. But I will make a video later on also about this kind of camping shoes. And then the last thing on the list, that's something called Gamme, and it's a cord titer. Normally we use a flat thing that you tighten things on the sleds or you tighten things on the snowmobile, but now I get this Gamme, and this works together with paracord. And I have been using them back on my sled for the snowshoes and yeah, for things like strapping it on. And this is just insane how good it is. They come with plastic like this, but you also find a little bit more expensive, but also more heavy one that's made of aluminium. You put the rope like this. So when you want to tighten it, you just pull. You see, pull. So then you can tighten it and tighten your stuff. And then when you want to open it, you just open so. And you can use normal paracord rope. And I will start using it on tarps, and I will start using them on other things like that. When I need to tighten things between trees, I will probably start using something like that. This comes from a company, and I'm not sponsored by this company, Night Ice. Nite Ice. Maybe you know them already. I have been using, I didn't know it's a Swedish company, but I've been using these S carbines from them for many years, and they are good when you put things on the backpack or something like that. And I didn't know it was from this company. The carbines come tiny, super tiny and useless, but they also come with a locker a little bit bigger. Don't go for the smallest one. And they have a really nice website also. This is a key rack locker, but you can take away that thing and use each small one. You can put them in the tent roof and hanging up things in the roof. And when you go camping, and put one of these in the tent roof, and you can dry your gloves or you're hanging your camera somewhere or whatever. It's binner. But for me, this Gamme was the last favorite thing from this season. So I think that was some of my favorite stuff from the last winter season. And if you have some comment ideas about the things I've been showing, or if you have any ideas about better stuff, leave a comment. I love to read your comments, and I try to read all the comments. Maybe I can't answer on everything, but I try to do that. Now it's time for me to pack up everything and heading back home. So see you next video. Ciao.